Canada is your study abroad destination, I have good news. If you're looking to come to Canada to study as a master's or PhD student, IRCC has rolled out red carpet to you and said, work on it, Your Majesty. So there are recent updates on the IRCC website. IRCC is the Immigration, Refugee, and Citizenship Canada, the body in charge of study permit approval kind of stuff. There is a recent update on that platform that is more like calling out to international students, graduates, research-based international student applicants to please come to Canada. So recently, there have been updates on IRCC is always rolling out policy. So late last year, yes, there is a policy that everyone coming to Canada to study, on top of meeting the university level criteria, have to apply for a provincial attestation letter, without which you cannot apply for a study permit. In fact, this attestation letter can expire. So if you are even applying with an expired attestation letter, you will still be denied, despite the fact that you do have an attestation. So the recent update on IRCC website has exempted applicants into master's level program and PhD level programs from these requirements. So if you're coming to Canada to study as an undergraduate, if you can get into a master's degree program, you might want to reconsider your choice, right? All right, but this is actually, it has some conditions, and I'm going to mention, I think, basically two conditions. So to be eligible for these exams, there's a cap. There's a cap of 437,000 intakes. So for 2025, the number of students that IRCC is looking to approve for study permits coming to Canada to come and study was 437,000, which is very, very low compared to previous year. But with this update, it means that master's degree and PhD degree applicants have been exempted from this cap. In other words, they are no longer in that number. So the 437,000 is undergraduates and non-degree or some postgraduate applicants, not master's degree or PhD. So in order to qualify for this exemption, you have to be an applicant into a DLI institution. In other words, the university you're looking to study in is a designated learning institute. These are institutions that are recognized by the IRCC as being able to sponsor your postgraduate work permit. In other words, after you study in these universities, you are able to get a permit to stay in Canada and work. Now, your degree, your master's or PhD degree, has to be in a public university, a DLI, precisely. Secondly, your research, your study, your program has to be research based. It has to be most master's degrees are considered to be research based, and of course a PhD. So these two conditions are essential for you to get this exemption. So if you have applied to study and you've been approved, you've been given admission by your university, all you need to do is to package your application for your visa. You do not need to worry about provincial attestation. Now, there is an additional icing on the cake. If you have gotten admitted into a PhD program and you are applying to get a visa as a PhD student, if you are in that category, there is an accelerated visa processing for you that allows you to get your permit within 2 weeks, 14 days. So there is no delay. I have applied, it's been 6 months, I have not heard back, no more. So if you have applied and you are sure everything is in place, begin to make plans. Of course, it's not that straightforward, right? But it's good news. It's an indication that the you have better chances than maybe undergraduate applicant to get your approval. And it's an indication that Canada appreciates the value that international students bring into the that graduate students bring into the system. That said, if you have been wondering about study abroad, you don't understand, you don't know how to go about it. My name is Blessing. Slide in my DM. Let me walk you through it. We are in the application seasons. This is the time of the year when schools are calling on applicants to come and study. Courses, programs are open for application. Applications are open almost everywhere at this time of the year for the 2026 intake. So if you're looking to study abroad in 2026 and you have not begun your application, what are you waiting for? This is the time. And in fact, you have until maybe January for most um, universities in America, in the American continent. You have around this time to January to apply. And sometimes some schools until February. But after February, you can forget about it till another year. So if you're looking to go to study abroad anywhere in this continent, even in the UK, you should have your applications in. If you have not finished, you should have started. And if you are wondering what to do, how to start, how to apply, what to look out for, how to find out if a program is suitable for you, because I have had people come into my DM to come and complain that I applied to this program and then I have paid the application fee and they're now asking me for these requirements that I will not be able to give. You missed out on some important details that you shouldn't have missed out on while you were making it. Some people make applications and then they're asking you for backup credentials that you are unable to provide. So if you need help spotting all of these details, or you actually need help finding a program that is suited to your peculiar need, you can consult with me, slide in my DM, send me a message. If study abroad is something you're interested in, is in your plan, stick with this channel. I'll bring you relevant, up to date information that will benefit you. Follow me, comment, like, share your opinions, ask your questions, and I will see you in my next. Bye bye for now.